Dunlap as we talk about the Burrell Township Library and exciting developments for the library. Ladies, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
It's
morning.
good to have you both with us. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Of course, Jen, the most exciting thing is you actually have a library again.
Yes, we are very excited to be getting a brand new library. We're hoping for a May, June
Hmm.
start. Certainly, the challenge of our old library um, kind of set us back a little bit, but
Sure.
we've worked really hard and we've got a lot of support in the community and our local government to get something brand new.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bonnie, I know that as we followed the story and watched it develop, so distressing when an organization such as the Burrell Township Library, which you know is not going to have a ton of funds available to them, has something catastrophic happen to it, which was the case with the old building.
Right. So we're small, and we're serving the Burrell Township area and surrounding townships. But we're a mighty resource there.
Hmm.
We're small, but we're mighty. And the library was an integral part of the community. And so back in 2018, when there was a flooding issue, and then after that mold, which closed it down and had to have it raised,
Yeah.
then we lost the ability to serve the community.
Hmm.
But the board at that time decided to ask the supervisors to set up shop in their building, and so we have a half of a conference room where we have our books and other resources available.
Yeah.
So we're operating, but we're operating in limited space and limited things that we can do.
It's really small and mighty.
Yeah, yeah, we're even smaller, but we're still mighty. But so to have the supervisors and the county work together to receive the grants from the state
Hmm.
as the springboard to get the building going has been just great.
Yeah.
So we have several grants, and then Senator White helped with some of the funding,
Hmm.
and we have the supervisors going to put together money also to shore it out, the complete funding package. Um, we're excited. We're very
Sure.
excited. High Ridge Water Authority donated the land, which is
Hmm.
next to the post office. So we're right there on the main street. You turn into Black Lake, you're going to see us.
And there it is.
Right.
There it is.
Hmm.
I know, Jennifer, that you're very, very appreciative for being able to remain um, operable,
Yes.
and so the township came through for you in a very, very big way. But it'll be nice to stretch out a little bit, won't it?
It will. I have to jump onto what Bonnie has been saying in that um, the local government has been wonderful. It's nice that the community recognized that we needed to keep education in Burrell Township,
Hmm.
and John, Larry, and Dan um, really appreciate education in Burrell Township. And Senator Don White, I feel like he kick-started that, and certainly Senator Joe Pittman and Representative Struzzi and Indiana County Planning, they have really got together to keep us going.
To give us an idea of how vital the Burrell Township Library is, fill us in on some of the programs that you're still able to do, and then we'll talk about what you will be able to do with the new building and the expansion of services.
Sure. Right now, in that little conference room, we have all brand new books. Our old, uh, previous books, there's about 13,000 in a storage center. So when you come into the library, you have books that have been out for the last year. So if you're not getting them or wanting access to them, we have those.
Hmm.
We've also been able to keep our laptops and computers available for the patrons, and we even have a couple of regular programming. We have our story hour, which is on Saturdays at 1, and then we also have a creative program called Craftastic,
Hmm.
and we make creative things from cards to etc. You can bring your own crafts to do. It's just a place to, um, as they're able to have things going on in Burrell Township, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, Bonnie, when we think about what will be able to be offered at the Burrell Township Library, well, that's just an endless vista there, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And before we move on to that, Jen mentioned this, but I'm going to build upon it. So we had a recent donation by the Ostash family. They gave us laptops, and we already have the Wi-Fi capability, and we will loan those out to anyone in our library system for use.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone needs a laptop to be accessing for work purposes or school purposes, and they need the Wi-Fi capability, we can provide that on loan.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a great service.
Sure.
It's really exciting. The fact that they want Carl and Robin Ostash wanted to do that and provide in Burrell Township with all the technology that's coming fast and furious with us, that we're able to loan them out into the community instead of just coming to us if that's an issue.
Yeah.
We're able to provide that.
Yeah, that's a good family. It really is. But that's what the township library is all about in Burrell Township. It's a whole bunch of families forming a community, and this is just a natural for any community, isn't it?
Well, and since you're talking about collaboration, then I'll mention that the Black Lake Fire Auxiliary last year partnered with us, and they sponsored a super bingo, and we both worked it together,
Mm-hmm.
and we raised about $4,000 for the library, and the Black Lake Fire Auxiliary, they were the ones that helped do that.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they're having their own super bingo coming up soon, so watch for that.
Absolutely need to support
because
them.
we want to support them in reverse.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what you hope to be able to offer that is maybe new or maybe expanded at the Burrell Township Library once that new building opens and folks are able to come in and visit with you there.
So I think where we're at right now has been, we're a little out of the way and it's a little hard to get to. I think with what's coming up, us being next to the post office, we're right there, really close, and we will have similar access. We'll have more computers to use. We'll have all of our collection and a lot more programs. I know that's something for the future.
Yeah.
And we'll have a children's area, which I'm excited about.
Sure.
Because we had one before. We had that area where we could put all the books, and we had a little place where they could sit down for stories. And so we'll have that again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you can't see this very well, but
you got the layout?
But you know what? I will take the opportunity to also say that on our Facebook page, we've been posting this information.
Uh-huh.
So tell your listeners to go to the Facebook page, and this picture is on the Facebook page also.
Go.
But yeah, the schematics there. We have the architectural drawing.
There you go. People with really, really sharp eyes.
Yeah, if you've got really good eyes. Yeah.
you can check that one out. But absolutely, with the expanded offerings, with the excitement of getting the new building, I know that for the Burrell Township Library, things are really looking up. And that in itself, the fact that there is such a thing as a small town community type library, still viable and still quite active and taking advantage of technology, as you said, Jen. Technology can be something that shuts down local offerings, or it can be something that really opens things up. And it sounds like you're going to use it to open things up, and folks can really take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I like. I'll just share a couple stories that happened this past couple weeks. I had one student from Erie who wanted to surprise his friend for a birthday in IUP, and he forgot that he had a paper due.
Mm-hmm.
So he found us, and he was able to get his paper. Hopefully he got an A to get that done, and I just really love that that's something that the library can do.
Yeah.
And we had another gentleman who was able to print something out because he was applying for a very high-level government job. And to be able to print that out and have that, it has an effect on not just our community, but what happens to those people through our community.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So we know, because Bonnie, you just told us that it's not only an active library right now, and due to get more active as the new building gets closer and closer, but we know that it's an active online presence with your Facebook page, and that's where people can learn all about it. And I'm sure you wouldn't turn away if anybody wants to contribute to the library, right?
Oh, we would love
That's
that.
actually the post on the Facebook yesterday.
Right now,
We're taking monetary donations, and
Mm-hmm.
we did receive a grant from Walmart to do community outreach So there'll be a newsletter going out to the community about the upcoming year, the project,
Yeah.
the needs, and the request to help with additional funding, because the grants are for the building.
Mm-hmm.
So we still need money to help with that project.
Programs and various services that can be offered.
And some of the items to furnish inside.
Absolutely. All right. So Burrell Township Library Facebook page, you'll find everything you need to know there. And we're going to look forward to seeing you here again, Jennifer, and Bonnie as well, anytime that you have something you want to pass along to us, and keep us up to date on the opening of the building, okay?
Thank
Will
you.
do.
All right. Have a wonderful weekend. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.